Hey everyone, I'm Elliot from E Squared Exotics, and today I want to talk about foggers. Do you need one, and which one should you get? Well, stay tuned to find out.
Your point is an elephant.
Do you really need a fogger? Well, I guess it depends on if you have an animal that has strict humidity requirements, just like a blue-tongued skink, an Indonesian blue-tongued skink to be more exact, or if you have an animal with an enclosure that's highly ventilated that you just need to boost the humidity in. Yeah, you probably do need a fogger. If you have a reptile that needs more humidity than your natural environment around you, then I would say go ahead and pick one up. I know it's probably hard to navigate the landscape of these foggers and misters, and you don't know which one to get. You could go with one of the top brand names such as Exoterra or Zoomed, but I find that those don't have all the features that I generally would want. You could also go to Amazon and pick one up, and you get some pretty nice ones out there. This is the one I'm going to be reviewing today. It's the PETSPIONEER Digital Timing Humidifier. It's not the cheapest one that you can find. It's not the most expensive one you can find. It's probably right in the middle. You know, it's like the Three Bears story, right? This is just right, and it is packed full of features. So let's get started. This is the PETSPIONEER Digital Timing Humidifier. It's a lot of words for what it is, but essentially it's a reptile fogger. You know, a fogger can be used as not just for boosting humidity or keeping strict humidity requirements for an animal. It can actually be used therapeutically, right? So we've had snakes in the past that we've gotten from somebody that were sick, and basically we put them inside of the box after taking them to the vet and getting the proper antibiotics. But to help, you know, fast track that recovery time, what we do is we put them inside of a Tupperware box, and then we run a hose from the humidifier inside of it and let that help them break down some of that mucus that's inside of their lungs. And so far it's been great, and this is, you know, by far my favorite one that I've used, and I've used some of those top brand ones, so I really hope that you'll consider this. PETSPIONEER is actually sponsoring this video, but I'm going to give an honest review about it. I do think very highly of it, but I will note out the decent pros and, you know, the cons that I have for it as well, which aren't very many as far as the cons are concerned. This right here is running for about $69 on Amazon, but if you stick around to the end, I'll throw up a promotion code and you can get this for 10% off. So stick around. It's packed full of features, like I said, and some of those features are it's got a top fill. It's 4 liters of water, so it lasts for a very long time. It's got a touch sensor, so when you're inputting all the different, you know, commands for how much flow you want, or how often you want it to turn on every so often, it's touchscreen. It's awesome. It's got the digital timer like we mentioned before. We'll get more into that in the operation. It's got a sleep mode. It also has flexible hoses with a 2 or 1 configuration, so you can put it into multiple enclosures or a single one, or put multiple hoses into a single enclosure like we do for our iguanas. It also has a low water shutoff, which I think is really important because you don't want that. I'm going to go nerd here for a second. Basically, it runs off of an ultrasonic or piezo, basically a piezo speaker, and it vibrates at an ultrasonic frequency that allows the water to basically become a vapor, and a fan basically pushes that out. So leaving the piezo speaker on for long periods of time with no water inside of it can actually damage it. So in effect, this right here should last a very long time as long as you use it properly, and even if you don't use it properly. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this and get it sitting in front of you, and then I'll get back to you. So I don't want to go through all of the unboxing because this isn't really an unboxing video, it's more of a review. But it was very nicely packaged. It had foam on the top and the bottom of it, and everything that is included is inside of it. So it's pretty well protected. It does have a thorough manual. I don't think it's in any other language but English. It is not, but the images are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, honestly, I didn't even read it, so like most men don't do. So it comes with the lid. Here is one of the tubings. We've got a couple suction cups if you're using a a glass enclosure, or if you wanted to maybe put it through the railings of an enclosure. It also has, it's got 4 suction cups. It comes with a black hose as well. They're basically the same thing from what I can tell, and it comes with a splitter. So the way that this would work, and this plugs in here, the way this would work is you would put the top fill on, and then you would either put a splitter on, right on top, or you would hook the hose directly, right? We're going to be using this for iguanas. We have two iguanas in separate cages, and we decided to purchase one of these in order to use with the iguanas to try to boost the humidity. We loved it so much that we reached out to PETSPIONEER to see if they'd sponsor this video. They have, and that's wonderful because now that we have two enclosures, we really need one of these as well. I am going to be switching out my Zoomed Reptifogger for one of these as well. We have a blue tongue skink enclosure, an Indonesian blue tongue skink enclosure that we would really love to put this in. So basically the setup, like I said before, you just slide on the hose here, the splitter, and then you can slide on both hoses. Pretty simple. And these can go into separate enclosures or a single enclosure. I'm not going to try to wrench that down right now. I'll get a little bit tighter. And these just slide on the edge here, so you can, put them onto a tank or, a flat surface. But I'm not going to use that now. I'll be back in a snap. I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in and get some water filled inside of it, and I'll show you the operation. Alright, so we've got it all set up now, and I just wanted to show you what's going to happen as soon as you turn it on. So as soon as you power it on, you get a little blinking light down here. It's red, and this basically means that it's low on water. And all you have to do is you can fill it up at that point. We use dechlorinated water, but what I can recommend is that you use whatever water that you allow your animals to drink. It is much safer with city water to use a dechlorinator. I don't remember what brand. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen now, though, that we use. But any sort of potable water or the water that your animal would drink was perfect to go inside of here because some animals do absorb moisture through their skin. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and fill this up. I'm taking this off because I think one of the cons is that it's really slow to fill it from the top. So it's great for topping it off if you're just running through, doing your animals feeding, and oh, there comes the fog. But for doing a whole gallon, filling it up, it's kind of annoying. So you can add that to the cons list if you'd like. So it takes a whole gallon, 4 liters, close to 4 liters, right? And this is what it looks like. Initially, it's set at 0 here. I'll go ahead and get the fog out of the way. Actually, let's listen to the satisfying expansion of the hose. Yeah, it was great. I love it. Okay. Anyways, so it's set at 0 up here on the CT screen, which is, I'm not really sure what CT stands for, but this is the duration. If it's set to 0, then the duration is constantly on. The fog right now is set to 3, which is the highest, and I think that you can set it down to low, which production significantly reduces. Medium, it's a little bit more. And high, which is what we saw before. And it's, a significant amount of vapor, especially since it's being split, and this is the production you actually have. So that's wonderful. What you can do is you can set your amount of vapor that you want to come out, and then you can set for how long you want it to run, which in this case I do it for, that is 0.5, this is 1 minute, I think this is 1 minute, and then you can set this for, I always set mine for 3 little lights and 3 little lights here as well. So CT is set for 1 and WT is set for 10. So I'd have to look at the manual, but I think that it runs basically for 15 minutes every hour, like this. Don't quote me on that. I need to go look at the instructions, like I said, that I wouldn't do. But this is what we have ours set on, and it works great, especially for the amount of airflow that our iguanas have in our enclosure. Man, the pros for this thing are just absolutely everything. It is wonderful to use. I mean, top fill, it works decently well. There's holes right here, that you can fill through. It just takes a little bit to not overflow it. So pouring a gallon in is not really preferred if you're just going to be topping it off. It's great. I think the only cons that I can really say about this, I mean, it's a sleek design. It's wonderful. I mean, you can pick this guy up right here, and it's completely, contained. But there's a valve on the bottom that allows water to flow through. So, accidental spills, it shouldn't happen unless you topple this thing over. The only con that I can really say is that I wish these holes were a little bit bigger, and I wish that this lid latched. If that was the case, then this item would be 10 out of 10. Compared to all of the brand names, I think what sets this apart is that most of the foggers that you get, they actually don't have a digital timer that allows you to select the duration and the time period of sleep in between. Most of them are just on, and you turn it to whatever vapor production that you want. If you use something like this and you set it for a duration that, maybe 15 minutes every hour, and you saw improvement in your animal's ability to shed, I think this, you'd be very happy with this product. Anyways, this was the PETSPIONEER digital timing humidifier. Go pick yours up today and get 10% off on us. And thanks for watching. I hope this was informative. If you liked the video and you want to see more like this, more reviews on products that you've been teetering over the fence about, then comment below, hit the bell icon, that way you won't miss a video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, yeah, don't forget to take this out too. Is there anything else in there? Yeah, you guys should probably look inside of everything like I didn't do. Meh. 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 Crunchy cookie crispy candy cupcake. I think I'm ready. Hit the button.